know, that I used to love when I was younger, still do, I guess, where their first album was amazing, and then their second album was like not as good, and their third album was horrible, right? So what we tried to do with this record was keep the Winger sound, keep all the heaviness, make it really heavy, because I think our fans are, you know, into the heavy guitar-based rock and roll, and the key to that is riffs. Like, you know, 17 is a riff, and you get a good heavy guitar lick in there and everyone's going to be happy. But at the same time, you evolve with the writing. You know, put some of Kip's amazing arrangements and, you know, more of the stuff that made us a little bit different from some of the other bands on the first record.
This is where I sing. We're making the album now. And just tell you a little bit about some of the songs we have. Some of my favorite songs on this album are, well, there's the title cut, In the Heart of the Young, and that song is about how blown away I was by the energy of youth going on in the whole world today, which was really good, you know, not only in America, but, you know, Europe and Japan and everything. And then we have one of my other favorite songs is Under One Condition, and that's a song about relationships and how nowadays when you get in a relationship, it seems like everybody's been so burnt that it's the chorus goes, I'll mend your broken heart under one condition. If I lift you up, you'll never let me down. This is my one condition, or darling, under one condition. That's the feel behind it. So I think I did a pretty good job in explaining like modern relationships in that one.
One thing that helped a lot to make this record really special for us, I guess, is that we were on the road for a year, like you said, or a little more than a year actually, and just playing as a band for a year, you get tight and you learn things and you know when he's going to do something and vice versa. And we had never played it as a band before on the first record like that. I'm not too fond of shooting videos, actually. You know, just the act of shooting the video. I like when it's done and I get to watch it and everything, but shooting it, you know, when you shoot a video, you lip sync, okay? You lip sync. You do. Okay, a lot of people think, well, aren't they really playing? No, you're not really playing, you're lip syncing. And you're lip syncing 100,000 times. You'd have to do take one, take two, take three, take four, and, you know, you're just dancing around and getting into it. You know, it just, God, you never want to.
It's a little uncomfortable feeling, you know, when you've got like 50 people standing there and you're jumping around and you're not playing, you know, it's like, yeah.
Screen here, see, this is technicalities of recording. Me and other singers like me spit a lot and pop our P's, and when you do that in the mic, it goes, you know. So this, you put this in front of it, and you sing into this and see it catches all your spit, and you got all those food bits in there, and all my lunch is on this thing, so maybe I'll save it the way it is and we'll auction it off later. Food bits. We do a song called In the Day We'll Never See, which is a song, the chorus is in the day we'll never see the rising sun. It's setting in the day we'll never see. And that's kind of like my idea of how we're kind of ruining the planet with all of our, you know, trash and the ozone layer and all that kind of stuff. But it mentions that kind of stuff, but I'm trying not to be preachy about it, you know, because I always hated it when rock and roll, you know, a guy would take his rock and roll and go, okay, now I'm going to give you a message.
For us is it's like a result of Kip Winger's genius arrangements.
He worked on it all year. Every
all
time
year.
we were like, what are you working on now? Like, what do you think?
What do you think, baby? And there's so many
it's
parts.
always the same song. It's a real complex tune.
Yeah, there's like 1,700 parts at the end. I mean, it has parts written for cellos and you know, and horns, and it's an extension of Headed for a Heartbreak, which I thought was a really great piece of writing. But this is even greater, I think. I mean, every time I listen to it, I'm like, God, And I wrote like the solo section, you know, this little teeny solo section, but my name gets to be on it, and I'm so happy. Because everyone's going to think that I wrote the whole thing, and he spent a year on it, and I spent about 5 minutes.
Well, you just blew that.
The reports, obviously, on the new Winger album, which is In the Heart of the Young. Now, Kip Winger is a singer, and he's also a bass player, and I guess he first came to the limelight as Alice Cooper's bass player, and then went on to be a singer and a bass player, which is really, really rare in rock and roll. I mean, in all kinds of music. I can't think of that many. We asked him if he devotes an even amount of time in the studio to his bass playing and to his singing.
I cut all the bass tracks to this album in 2 days. Because I was really well rehearsed, and I just came in and did a couple takes on each song. And I had been playing all year, so I was so much better than I was last year, it was a joke. And with the vocals, to me, vocals are what will totally make or break an album. So we've been taking a lot of time on the vocals. I think I've sung 15 days straight now, so, and I'm still working on it. So, you know, you fix this and fix that, but again, the vocals this time won't be so overdubbed. I think I was tripled on the last album or something. And this album will be, you know, one vocal and maybe a double here or there or something like that. So you take more time on your vocals.
First day that we ever played together, you know, was in front of like, how many, 10,000 people, 8,000 people in Milwaukee. And, you know, we all just kind of stood there and, you know, like this and everything. And then we learned what works with an audience.
I was so busy rocking out in the far right corner,
Yeah.
I forgot to sing.
Because he's used to being a keyboard player with Alice, of course, and so he was way in the back just playing keyboards for the whole show. But, you know, he plays guitar a lot in our show. And
I got out there and I was so excited. I was just like, God, I'm right out the front. And I was jamming away, and then Kip comes up. Sing! I'm like, oh, yeah. he's there doing all the highest harmonies all by himself.
And when I do them by myself, it sounds really
Dumb.
Stupid. It sounds
Because
like,
he's got
you know,
the really high parts that
Yeah.
have nothing to do with the melody, you know.
So I go up to the mic all manly and everything. I go, you know, headed for a heartbreak.
The pros and cons about being a pinup image are, so that's the good side of it, that being, you know, being admired by people, that's cool, and all the girls and all of that, that's great, you know.
Have you ever heard the term invade your space?
Yeah. I mean, he has about 15 or 20 things that he does to irritate his friends. You know, on purpose, just, you know, just to have fun and everything. And it's all in fun, but it just, he does it over and over and over again, you know. He does little kid things, you know, just to irritate you. Like he'll put his face this close to your face and just walk around with his face really close to your face, you know. And, you know, and
Or
he
he has
does
to-
things, he'll Charlie horses you so bad. You know, like I'll be on stage with him, you know, and we'll be like rocking out. You know how people, when they jam
Funny
together,
you
and he'll
should
go,
say that. Funny you should say that, because that live concert that I was just watching the other
Oh,
day.
he got me?
No, me. He got me in it. It's like, because I wasn't watching, I kept seeing him look over, and I was like, wow,
man.
That was our thing on stage. Charlie horses in between notes.
My only hope with the new album is that people will see it and hear it for what it is. The band has taken a step forward, not 3 steps forward. We were very conscious about not going overboard with, now we've become big, so let's do Dark Side of the Moon. You know, we didn't do that. We said, what's the next logical step for us, you know? And the most exciting part is just to get, you know, I'm waiting to hear what people think. I can't wait to see what people think of this.